This is duntov. So today, as you can see, I'm at the Tropicana site. It is Saturday, June 21st, 2025. So I wanted to come out here to see, next Monday is going to be the groundbreaking ceremony. So I wanted to come out and see if they were setting up anything yet. So I'm going to pan on over to the left here and we can see that they are here right now. We can see the big tent building right there. Alright, so we can see it's right like what should be the field area. So as you can see, it's totally enclosed. So the day of the ceremony, it appears like we're not going to be able to see anything from out here, but I'm still going to come out and just try to see what we could see. So right there you can see they have the building up. Looks like Las Vegas Entertainment something. Let's zoom in. LVEP. Yep, Las Vegas Entertainment Productions. Corporate events. So, alright, so they're setting up. You can see the trucks are open, so they must be in there doing something still. But if I zoom out, if we look, we can see how they have the carpet going. You got the fenced area. And then they're going to probably have some kind of, entrance with this right here. So they're still setting up, but 2 more days and, the ceremony will be happening. Alright, so there's not a lot going on. So I do see they have this the side dump out here with the excavator. This would be on the, that's on the west side of the property. They were filling up the trucks. Now it looks like they stopped. Right now it's about 10:40 a.m. It's getting very breezy today. It's supposed to get really windy. But they're moving some dirt. They were loading one truck that moved out already. But you can see them right there. That's really the only thing going on. If I pan over to the right along the wall by Tropicana, it kind of looks like they put everything, they're cleaning up the site for Monday's event. So they have just everything sitting over here. And then even the equipment, if we look at the heavy machinery, we can see right here how they got it parked. The water trucks are still going around. There's actually one driving right there. So the trucks are going, and there is a crew. So if we look over here, it does look like they're gonna have like a tower crane. Looks like we got the base of the tower crane over here. If you watch my hard rock videos, they got the 2 different tower cranes there. So they have to set the base into the ground, and that sure appears to look like a tower crane base. If I look out at the Dream, you can see one there. That's the one at the Dream Hotel, which seems like it still is a dream because they haven't started any construction yet. But so it looks like the tower crane's going in over here, and then we can see how they have all these drill rigs lined up. You can see 3 of them over here. So So I think they're ready to start putting stuff into the ground. Well, they put what, the pilings, and then we look over here, we got something sitting here. I don't know if those are bits or not, I can't tell. It is very bright out here today. So those might be bits for the drill. But then I want to show out towards where the utility, where they used to have that utility building. You could see that big piece of equipment there, and if we look next to it, they're starting to put together some rebar. You can see it all right there piled up. Sorry for the shake, I'm zoomed in pretty far there, but I don't know if they already made that or if that needs to be made into something. I'm going to pan a little bit more to the left, and I do see a group of people here working, and kind of looks like they're working on the rebar. You can see right there, it looks like a rebar cage, like a very windy. Sorry for the shake and everything, and if you're getting any wind noise. Okay, so we can see right there they got the, so they're gonna be like a, you know, like a pillar type thing, it appears to be. All right, so it is Saturday, so we do have some of the crew over here working today. So this is a good sign. If we see the rebar cages, you know, that means we're gonna start seeing stuff coming out of the ground sooner than later. And then by them installing this, you know, tower crane base, it's gonna go pretty quick. They did say the end of June, so they're right on track. Alright, so if we look around though, you could just see, again, it's like they have everything staged for the presentation. We got all the heavy machinery just all lined up. So, gonna have all the local politicians, and then all the, you know, everyone associated with getting the stadium built will be here. So got to put on a good show for Monday morning. Alright, I just moved down a little bit here so we can see they are still grading right here along the property line. If we look around where they, you know, have some of the land, there's a lot of these orange markers in. You can see, like, I don't know if they're orange stakes or what they are, but okay, you can see the side dump that's been loaded over there. Alright, so it looks like he's, that person's dumping it through that big grate thing to separate out the big stuff. And then that loader must be the one, you know, loading the trucks up. We got a busy weekend again in Vegas. There's a lot of a lot of people in town. I just left work, it was pretty busy, and then they do have the, I forget even how to say it, like CONCACAF Gold Cup soccer. That's going to be at the Allegiant Stadium tomorrow afternoon. I think there's two games. I'm not positive, but because I didn't even know it was here this weekend, I had to look it up. But they do have soccer there, and that's at Allegiant Stadium. And if you're not familiar with this area, all right, so right here where we got the white tents, that's going to be the new Las Vegas athletics, you know, ballpark. And then you got back there, you can see the Luxor, and then behind Mandalay Bay, the W. If you go between them two buildings over the freeway bridge on the Hacienda, Allegiant Stadium is right back there. So it's probably a mile, if that, away. So you know, it's close. So we're gonna have that, this stadium, and then if I swing over here, we're gonna look at the, you got New York and Park MGM. So drive between them two buildings and you will actually get T-Mobile Arena is back there. So all within, you know, like a square mile or so. They have, you know, we're gonna have two stadiums and one big arena. All right, so we got the side dump there. So they're actually filling this in. That's the truck I was showing that was on the other side of the property. So they're actually raising some of this area up again, putting some more dirt in. All right, we got this orange piece of equipment. If I remember right from my comments before, they call it something like a sheep's foot. I guess just the way it packs it down. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I remember being called a sheep's foot, like I don't know, sheep's foot, what would it be, a sheep's foot? Like roller. All right, so my biggest thing today, I mean, I was kind of expecting them to have this, you know, some of the building going up for this, because I didn't think they'd come do it like the same morning. But my biggest thing to see done or here is the start of the tower crane. I thought they would just bring the big cranes in like they did with the Allegiant Stadium. They didn't have any tower cranes there. They had just all the big cranes to lift stuff, you know, in the place. The roller ones that they can move around, the crawler cranes, I think they're called. So, surprised to see this. I don't know how many they're gonna have, but for now we could see one on this side. Try to see what they're doing. I don't know if they're, you know, I know they got to get it completely leveled out, and then they, if I'm not mistaken, then they fill it with concrete to hold it in place. We got this water truck in the way. I can't really, on the viewfinder, I can't really tell what's being done there. Alright, if we look over towards the offices here, if you remember, they had those sample or I don't know, sample, but they had some of the stadium seating, and we can see that you can see the ramp over here, and I thought they were against this building, and I only see a couple crates now, which I'm not sure, they look different than what was there before. The other one, I think they were called something like Extreme Seat, or I could be totally wrong, but remember they had all the different style seats where they're gone. I'm assuming they're going to be set up inside of the, you know, the event for Monday. I haven't seen really too many people. There's one person walking around by the tent, but I don't see him bringing anything out of these, you know, out of these trucks anymore. So they must be setting something up inside. All right, since I moved down a little bit, I'm gonna zoom in again on this crew that's working on the rebar here. So you can see how they have like these stands here, so that's the same thing they had. Sorry for the shake again, very windy and I'm zoomed in pretty far. But they had those all at the Mirage site when they were making all the rebar cages for the new guitar tower going in. So same thing here. Okay, so I guess that's all we got for today. They do have the tent set up, getting ready for that big event on Monday morning. Then the big news, of course, is the tower crane base is getting installed. And we also have a lot of rebar getting put together for the cages. So if you are not subscribed and you would like to get updates on this stadium build, please give me a follow on my YouTube at Raiders1967. And you can also follow me on Instagram at duntov67. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and I will talk with you guys next time.